The Cursed Prom Dress. In the quiet town of Millbrook, nestled amidst rolling hills and picturesque landscapes, there was a high school that seemed like any other on the surface. However, it had a secret that had been whispered about for generations, the legend of the Cursed Prom Dress. The story began many years ago, in the 1950s, when the town's high school held its annual prom at a grand old ballroom. A beautiful young girl named Emily was the talk of the school. Her grace, charm, and striking beauty made her the ideal prom queen. On the night of the prom, she wore a stunning vintage dress that had been passed down through generations of her family. The dress was made of rich crimson silk, adorned with intricate lace and pearls. It was said to be cursed, but Emily paid no heed to such superstitions. As the night unfolded, Emily danced with her handsome date, Robert, under the soft glow of chandeliers. They were the center of attention, and their happiness was contagious. However, as the night grew darker, Emily began to feel strangely unwell. Her once rosy cheeks grew pale, and she complained of a persistent chill despite the warmth of the ballroom. In the mirror of the ladies' restroom, Emily's reflection revealed something shocking. Standing behind her was a pale, ghostly figure wearing the same dress she had on. It was an ethereal version of herself. Panicking, she rushed out of the restroom and into the arms of Robert. Disturbed by her sudden change in demeanor, Robert escorted Emily outside for some fresh air. But the chill in the air seemed to intensify, and the night grew eerily quiet. They wandered into a moonlit garden, where Emily collapsed to the ground. Robert knelt beside her, desperate to understand what was happening. Emily's voice trembled as she whispered, "The dress. It's cursed. It belonged to my great-grandmother, who died on her prom night." She gasped for breath, her hand clutching her chest. In the distance, the ghostly figure in the dress emerged from the shadows, beckoning Emily toward her. Robert watched in horror as Emily's life force seemed to drain away, her essence transferring to the spectral figure. In an instant, Emily was gone, and the ghostly figure disappeared into the night. Devastated and filled with dread, Robert returned to the prom, only to find that no one else remembered Emily. Her name was erased from the prom queen ballot, and there was no trace of the stunning crimson dress. It was as though she had never existed. The legend of the Cursed Prom Dress became a chilling cautionary tale passed down through generations in Millbrook. It was said that every few decades, the ghostly figure would reappear, luring a young girl to her fate in exchange for a brief moment of beauty and charm. Some believed the dress held the souls of its victims, forever trapped in its cursed threads. As the years passed, the story of the Cursed Prom Dress remained a town secret, known only to a select few. But every prom season, a few curious souls would attempt to uncover the truth, leading to more eerie encounters and unexplained disappearances. The Cursed Prom Dress continued to haunt the memories of Millbrook's high school students, a reminder that some legends were best left undisturbed. Mysterious Janitor. In the quiet town of Maplewood, nestled amidst a dense forest, stood an old high school. This institution had seen generations of students pass through its halls, and one figure remained a constant presence throughout the years, the enigmatic janitor known as Old Man Granger. Old Man Granger, as the students had dubbed him, was an unsettling sight. He was a tall, gaunt man with a hunched back and a mop of wild, white hair. His most distinctive feature was a black patch that covered his right eye, leaving his left eye to cast a haunting gaze over the school. Despite his eerie appearance, he had been the school's janitor for as long as anyone could remember. The students whispered stories about Old Man Granger, speculating about his past and the reason behind his strange appearance. Some claimed he had been a war veteran who had lost his eye in battle, while others believed he was once a brilliant scientist who had suffered a terrible accident. The truth, however, was shrouded in mystery. Old Man Granger had an uncanny way of appearing out of nowhere. Students would be chatting in the hallway one moment, and the next, he'd be silently mopping the floor nearby, as if he materialized from thin air. This ability to move silently and seemingly unnoticed earned him a reputation for being a phantom-like figure. One gloomy afternoon, a group of adventurous students decided to uncover the truth about Old Man Granger. Armed with flashlights and their unwavering curiosity, they embarked on a journey to explore the hidden corners of the school, hoping to uncover clues about the janitor's past. Their quest led them deep into the school's labyrinthine basement, a place few dared to venture. The air was thick with dust, and the flickering fluorescent lights added an eerie ambience to the scene. As they delved deeper into the subterranean maze, they stumbled upon an unmarked door that seemed to lead to a forgotten part of the basement. Beyond the door, they discovered a small, dimly lit room. The walls were lined with shelves, upon which sat an array of ancient artifacts, dusty books, and peculiar objects. In the center of the room was a worn leather chair facing a cracked, ornate mirror. The mirror reflected a distorted image of the room, adding to the room's eerie atmosphere. The students' attention was drawn to a desk cluttered with faded photographs and newspaper clippings. As they examined the photographs, their blood ran cold. The pictures showed Old Man Granger, or someone who looked exactly like him, in various settings dating back to the 1950s. His appearance had not aged a day in all those years. The newspaper clippings were even more unsettling. They chronicled a series of unexplained accidents and disappearances that had occurred in the school over the decades. Each incident was associated with Old Man Granger's presence, suggesting that he had been at the school during all these dark events. As the students pieced together the chilling evidence, a creaking sound behind them shattered their concentration. They turned to find Old Man Granger standing in the doorway, his one good eye fixed upon them. He wore an expression that was a mix of anger and sadness, and he gestured for the students to leave the room. Terrified, the students complied and fled the basement. They vowed never to speak of their discovery, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they had stumbled upon a terrible secret. The next day, Old Man Granger was conspicuously absent from the school. His janitorial cart sat abandoned in the hallway, and the room in the basement had been cleared of all its contents, as if he had never been there. Rumors continued to swirl about Old Man Granger's true identity and the sinister history of the school. Some believed he was a malevolent presence bound to the school, while others thought he might have been a supernatural entity. Regardless of the truth, the legend of the mysterious janitor persisted, casting a chilling shadow over the halls of the high school for generations to come. The Haunted Locker. In the heart of a small, seemingly ordinary town, nestled amidst rolling hills and lush forests, there stood an unassuming high school that harbored a chilling secret. This high school had a history, one whispered in hushed tones among its students, a history that revolved around a single locker, Locker 13. Legend had it that Locker 13 was cursed. It was situated in a dimly lit corridor, far from the bustling hub of the school. Its rusty exterior bore the scars of countless years, and its once bright blue paint had faded into a ghostly gray. Those who passed it often felt an inexplicable chill in the air, as though a spectral presence lingered nearby. The whispers among students grew more ominous with each passing year. Some claimed to have heard faint, eerie whispers emanating from Locker 13 when they ventured too close. Others spoke of feeling icy fingers brush against their skin as they passed by. Still, no one dared to open it. Fear had a tight grip on their curiosity. One fateful day, a brave student named Sarah decided to unravel the mystery of Locker 13. She had heard the tales, seen the tremors of dread in her peers, and felt the weight of the unspoken. With a newfound determination, she set her sights on that infamous locker. After school hours, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the school's corridors grew empty, Sarah found herself standing before locker 13. Her heart pounded like a drum in her chest as she reached out to grasp the tarnished handle. The cold metal sent shivers up her spine as she slowly turned it and pulled the door open. What she discovered inside would haunt her for the rest of her days. Nestled amidst cobwebs and dust-covered books, she found a stack of textbooks, old and weathered, their pages yellowed with age. At the bottom of the pile was a faded photograph of a young girl with piercing green eyes and a melancholic smile. It was an eerie sight, but it wasn't until Sarah examined the back of the photograph that her blood ran cold. Scrawled in shaky handwriting were the words, "Help me. Trapped in this locker. Find the key." As the night descended, a storm raged outside, casting eerie shadows on the school's empty hallways. Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that she had unleashed something malevolent by opening locker 13. She hurried home, but that night, strange occurrences plagued her dreams. Whispers echoed in her mind, and the ghostly image of the girl from the photograph haunted her sleep. The following day, Sarah returned to the school, determined to uncover the truth behind the photograph. She began researching the school's history, poring over old yearbooks and talking to retired staff. Slowly, a chilling tale emerged. Decades ago, a young girl named Emily had attended the very same high school. She was known for her vibrant green eyes and her talent for playing the violin. But on prom night, Emily vanished without a trace, leaving behind only her music. Her disappearance had been shrouded in mystery, and the school had never recovered from the tragedy. As Sarah delved deeper into her investigation, she uncovered a long-forgotten legend. It was said that Emily's spirit had become trapped in locker 13, cursed to linger there until someone found the key to set her free. Haunted by this revelation, Sarah embarked on a quest to find the key, driven by a growing sense of responsibility and a desire to end Emily's torment. She scoured the school, turning every stone and leaving no page unturned. Her journey was fraught with obstacles and eerie encounters, but she pressed on, determined to unravel the mystery. Finally, after weeks of relentless searching, Sarah stumbled upon a hidden compartment within the school's archives. Inside, she found a tarnished, old key. It was unlike any key she had ever seen, intricately designed and covered in symbols that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. With trembling hands, Sarah returned to locker 13 and inserted the key into the lock. As she turned it, a brilliant light engulfed her, and a hauntingly beautiful melody filled the air.